Look at that. Hey guys, AJ here back on the one for you. So guys, we all know that these 304s are trying to be strong and independent.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
And guys, we all know what that means, right? We all know what that means. Because guys, we all know how these knuckleheaded broads spend their late teens and early 20s.
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside home.
They spend from like 19 to about 28 just letting Chad and Tyrone shoot up the club. But then guys, they hit 30. And then all of a sudden Chad and Tyrone, you know, guys, they're out of there, right? And then it's all about Nug Nug, Gerardo, Gavin, a starving artist, and Nug 11, right? Those are the only guys that they can get to smash. And then they hit 40 and 50 and 60. And guys, they become invisible, right? They become invisible. Guys, why would any guy in his right mind want a chick who's in her 40s or especially 50s or 60s? Guys, so actually starting to understand this, right? Starting to understand. They hit the wall at like 28, 29. And now they're cooked. So guys, we have a whole compilation here of all these chicks that are in their 40s and 50s and even 60s that are actually coming to terms with the fact that they're invisible. Invisible, and no man will ever check for them again. So we'll get into this. Before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Guys, I have a second channel called 50 and 304s. That's linked in the description. Join the Discord, check out the playlist at the end. And guys, I'm offering memberships now. So hit the join button with a link in the description. And let's get into this.
For anyone else out there in their 40s like me who feels kind of invisible, like I'm not as cute as I was in my 20s and 30s. I'm definitely not as fit as I was in my 20s and 30s. I don't have as much hair as I used to have.
Look at
it's
that.
literally falling off like the top of my head.
You do become a little more invisible the older you get as a woman, unfortunately. I don't get asked out on a lot of dates. I never get asked out on dates. I don't know if it's being 55 in Los Angeles or 55. If it's just a strange town.
What is the biggest confidence killer for women over 50? Men over 50. They never look at you anymore.
When I was 55, I felt like I was starting to fade. I felt like I was starting to go invisible.
Starting to fade? Starting to fade, guys? Especially with that haircut, right?
Lesbian.
I felt dismissed. I felt ignored. I felt like I was washed up.
When I was 15, I started modeling, and it was a very hard thing to walk away from. Then, around the age of 45, I started noticing that the way I was perceived was slightly different than what I had become used to. And then I would put photos of myself in bikinis. All of a sudden, I started getting the influx of, "Are you a little desperate there, Grandma? How about you cover up and spare us the look of your poor aging body?" I was sort of getting relinquished to the invisible women category.
Is there anyone else out there in their
Guys, she must have read one of my comments. Guys, I'm telling you, old chicks are have the same value in the dating market as young guys. Like a 48-year-old chick has the same value as like a 19-year-old dude straight out of high school, right? And guys, these chicks are dating in like LA. This chick says she's 55 and dating in LA. And you're 55? Are you dumb? What are you talking about, you absolute dunderhead? Why are they so dumb?
You stupid woman.
Clown world. Guys, never ever in the history of the world have we regularly had chicks in their 40s and 50s and 60s trying to date. In LA, trying to date chicks that are like half their age. What are you talking about? Hey guys, look at these comments. They're actually saying the exact same thing you said. Welcome to an average man's existence. Facts. Someone says, congrats, now she knows how men feel. Someone says, this is what a man's life is like his whole life. Guy says, from teens up until mid-30s, these chicks, they enjoy ridiculous amounts of attention from men. and men have none. As men reach our mid-30s, now it's our time to shine. Facts. Look at that. Someone says the wall. Look at that, guys. Guys, this guy here, he puts it the best. Don't feel sorry for these women. They chose to walk away from hundreds of potential husbands because they wanted to be outside. Yeah. In these streets, man. Guys, Father Time does not play games, dude. Guys, all these chicks, they want to be in the octagon against Father Time. Guys, Father Time, guys, his Muay Thai is on point. That black belt jiu-jitsu, you know what I'm saying? That all-American wrestling, guys, nothing but knockouts and tap-outs, man. He does not leave it to the judges, man. You know? Look at the wall. And guys, they expect us to feel sorry for him? Come on, man. Shit. Guys, look at this chick. This is a guy who was married to the guy from the Cars, right? Look at her on the left and look at her on the right, guys.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Guys, now she looks like a transformer, right?
I don't give a fuck about what you talk about trans these nuts, nigga.
Guys, let me know what you think, right? I don't feel bad for him. Yes, I have a whole series of actresses that have hit the wall. So, guys, check out the playlist at the end because you'll see more of those. But all right, you guys, I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good one.